Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll get to know the SGA President-elect Ashli Morris. Ashli, thanks for joining us here today.
Absolutely.
And as mentioned, you are the President-elect. That means you'll be taking over the Student Government Association next year.
Yes, sir.
Opportunity that a lot of students involved in student government look for their entire career. But before we get to know a little bit about you as president, let's get to know a little bit about you as a student. Tell us a little bit about yourself. So.
Okay. I'm currently a junior. I'm from Athens, Alabama. So it's about 3.5 hours away from here. Good drive. But I love Troy. I absolutely love Troy. When I came, I was a little hesitant about what to get involved in because in high school I was involved in so much. And SGA is just something that has always been with me. So that's something that I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a try, taste it out in college, and see how it goes. And clearly it's become something that I love so much and am so passionate about. And it's something that I've learned a lot from, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that Troy has given me through SGA.
And of course, were you involved in SGA in high school?
Yes, all 4 years.
All 4 years?
Yeah.
So you brought that love with you here to Troy.
Did.
Now, tell us a little bit about your background in SGA, because I know you've held a lot of different positions in SGA in your time here. So.
Yes. So my freshman year, I was president of Freshman Forum. My sophomore year, I served as a co-director alongside Meredith Durden, and now I serve as a senator at large.
Okay. So you kind of already had an officer position in the Freshman Forum, so it's an opportunity to expand on your leadership capabilities within the student government. So
absolutely.
Now, what attracts you to student government? Why do you want to get involved with something like this?
That's a question that I've been asked a lot, and honestly, genuinely, I love being an advocate for others. I went through a time in my life where I was very introverted. I didn't want to speak a lot. I didn't want to share my opinion a lot. And I was grateful for the people who took the time to really get to know me and talk to me and figure out, what are my needs at this time and how can I help you get there? So that is something that I'm very thankful for, and now I'm very excited to be able to do for other students.
Now, did you always see yourself as being the SGA president when you started getting involved here at Troy?
I didn't, but quickly through my involvement in Freshman Forum, I realized, what an opportunity to make an impact I have here. So throughout my time, it was something that I looked at and I was like, wow, it would be awesome to be the SGA president one day. But I just, went with where God led me each and every step of the way. And once it came around, I was like, yeah, I think this is a good opportunity for me. I think it's something that I could do well with and really help our student body. So.
Now, what are your, goals and ambitions for the SGA while you're in office?
Big goals, big vision here. And I think it is all really, it all really has to do with the relationship that we build with the student body. I think that that's something that needs a lot of mending and needs a lot of growth. So the foundation of everything that we do will be getting to know students, making sure that they know what the role of SGA is and how they can be involved in our process more closely. I talked to a lot of students during my campaign trail, and several students didn't know when we meet. They didn't know that they could come to all those meetings. They didn't know who their representative, maybe for their residence hall or their academic building is. They didn't even know who those people were. They didn't know what they looked like. They didn't know how to contact them. So starting on that very fundamental level of making sure that we are actually building a relationship with the student body and giving them the opportunity to give us the feedback that we need to be most effective.
And then, of course, beyond that, obviously, you've got anything else, maybe like a thought in your head about some things that you want to try to put into place when you get here?
Yes, absolutely. One thing that I really am passionate about is starting an SGA scholarship fund.
Okay.
And I think that this buys into the relationship building with the student body, seeing that we could work diligently all year to provide fun activities for students, things for them to come to, and work very hard to raise money so that we can invest back in students as individuals.
And of course, you mentioned there talking about the goals of the SGA to get more people more connected. But for you yourself, what are your personal goals as the SGA president, and what do you hope personally you're able to accomplish in this position? So.
Personally, I want to be able to take the Senate and build a new atmosphere there of inclusiveness and of unity. I think that that's something that it's there. But our opportunity to be a unit and be effective is something that we really need to work on. And I think that that's so important to me because of my experience with Army ROTC. everything that we do, we're a team. And you rely on the person to your left and your right. And being able to know that, regardless of your differences with that person, when you're in a training environment, that person is there for you and you are there for them, regardless of what happens on the other side of that training event. So really being able to build that team atmosphere and that team environment within the Senate is something that I'm very passionate about.
Well, here's hoping you can help build that when you take office starting in the fall. Good luck on your year as SGA president, and looking forward to bringing you back here in the fall to talk a little bit more about your plans and how they've worked out.
Absolutely.
So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.